Welcome everyone, this is Kerjims channel. Now we are back to our new episodes of two semi-running champions and comparison featured by League of Legends versus the Mobile Legends Bang Bang. But before that, please like and subscribe to my channel and don't forget to click the bell button so you will be notified to our new next episode video. Let's do this! Guys, from the past down their civilization and legacy, now we talk about our new Mobile Legend hero. And there was the name of ancient that tribe live in the endless desert of Ajelta Islands. Now we talk about Khaleed, the Mobile Legend hero. He was a fighter, and the story behind there was an ancient tribe that lived in the endless desert of Ajelta Highlands. They built village along the Emerald Route and were able to pass down their civilization and legacy to countless generations. As the Prince of Aja clan, Khaleed loves adventure. He longed to experience of the glorious culture at Emerald Route, dreaming that he could one day visit the past Ajelta's Island and witness his prosperity. Ever since that he was young, Khaleed would often take his square with him at the adventure along the Emerald Route. During their adventure, Khaleed met Prince Moscow of the Whistle. The two equality brave young men shared the same passion and adventure and quickly bonded with each other and develop a strong friendship. Together, they explored the entire Ajelta Island. However, the adventure of Khaleed and Moscow was a short one. It was not before long that disaster befell their clans. The savage leader of the Town Wolf clans declared a war and planned to conquer all of Ajelta Islands, just like the Terran Kofra once he did. Peace with merciless enemies, Khaleed and Moscow briefly decided to lead their people and fight against the invaders till the end. During that war, Khaleed showed strong leadership under Karista. Every clan recognized his capability and followed his lead. As the time went by, the ambitious Moscow lost his spotlight and slowly became resentful. However, Khaleed did not notice his friend's feeling. Khaleed and Moscow led the Alliance clan and dropped back their enemies. But it was during the exact moment of when they were about to take control of this war that an accident occurred to turn the tide against their foe. The retreating Tombor clan decided they would go to Tisaukan, the ancient city, and break the seal that is binding Kofra. Subsequently, they succeeded and awakened the dormant tyrant. When Kofra came back to life, Sunstorm raged across of Ajelta, and then the adherent sand monster unfollowed, rising from the deeps of desert. Faced with Kofra and the Sun Monster, Khaleed was deceived. He ordered his allies to pull back and prepare to future conflicts. But resentful, Moscow Khaleed's decision as part of lack courage and responsibility. He challenged Khaleed in the front of crowd and blamed him to his cowardice. He asked the clans to follow him and put an end to Kofra terror. However, The leader of Lance excited lesson to Khaleed, and we were not supported of his strategy. No one answered Moscow call. The humiliated Moscow grew even the most resentful. Khaleed tried to stop him, but Moscow didn't listen. He led his people into desert, eager to prove his capability on this battlefield. However, Moscow and the people were quickly surrounded and covered by the formidable Cobra and the Sand Monster. It was the massacre. Khaleed was faced with dilemma. He had to choose between the safety of the queen who had fought with many years or the life or future of all clans. But he couldn't have it both ways. Khaleed was left with no choice. After careful consideration, he decided to retreat the alliance of clans. After they reached the safe place, Khaleed took the similarity and went back to rescue Moscow all alone. But he was too late. The Widsan clan was annihilated. Bodies scattered on the ground and Moscow was missing. Khaleed only managed to find his spear, which lay shattered among the blubber. Followed by Cobra resurrections, the land of Dawn was fell into the chaos. Once again, most land divorced by raging sandstorm, and the Even Sun Monster pledged his once peaceful and ancient place, now carrying the guilt of leaving Moscow behind, the determination of vengeance, and the expectation of his people. Khaleed leads warriors into numerous battles. In the next few years, they struggled against his Cobra and an army of Thornful clan, turning the tide of their favor step by step. In the final battle, Khaleed changed the sandstorm, wielding Moscow's spear, and pierced through the athletic of the Cobra, held in his hand, and the orb of sand. The orb started to leak quicksands, most of which entered Khaleed's body and gave him ability to command. The orb of sand was shattered, and the sandstorm that once darkened on the blue sky were no more. The Sun Monster dissolved into oblivion and wounded Cobra, retreating back to Kaifan, the ancient city, but long as the tyrant and the minions still live, Khaleed would always have to carry a heavy responsibility of protecting the western regions and prepare himself into the warriors for future battle against the merciless Cobra. He took a solemn vow, and he would eventually restore peace back to the ancient Ajalta. However, deep in the shadow, a mirror figure looked behind the speed of Khaleed. Every move his old friend Moscow had returned. And now guys, we are talking about the passive and skill of one of the mysterious fighter. The passive of Khaleed accumulates desert power while moving the desert power pulling chains. And the first skill is about the desert tornado. Khaleed works the simulator dealing 250 310 upon hitting the enemy. Khaleed flips one time in the movement of direction, automatically casts in skill again. And the quicksand guard. Khaleed protects himself with the power of quicksand. And now the ringing sandstorm. Khaleed summons sandstorm and rushes toward the designated place, gaining control immunity during the period of daily. And every day of knocking them back, we have the during the period dealing 150, 225 until 300 with the 80% extra of physical attack. Master Yi has to comfort his body, sharpen his mind, so that through the action have become almost as one. So he chooses to enter the violence only as a last resort. The greatest fate of this bloody ensure resolution is always sweet, as one of the last living particulate of the lion art of Wushu. Yi deputed his life to continue the legacy of his people. His tyrannizing potential new disciple with the 7 lenses of insight to identify the most worthy among them. Master Yi was a Wushu bladesman through the ancient martial arts of Wushu. Master Yi has tempered the body and sharpened his mind until through the action he will become. Through these choices, to enter into the violence as a last resort, with the grace of speed of which his blade ensured to resolution of always win. As the last living practitioner of Wushu, Master Yi has dedicated his life to finding able pupils to carry on the legacy of his lost people. Even before Yi mastered Wushu, he was considered one of the most skilled practitioners of the mythical martial arts. He would soon prove his mastery when word of the massive Notian invasion reached his remote village. Yi swept across the battlefield of Polonia, turning back on the tide of Noxious. Vast infantry, swift and deadly. Much of the embarrassment of Notian High's command, recognition of their traits and Wushu disciple causes their invention. The Notian chose the unleash of nightmare chemical attacks on the home of deadly arts. Those somehow survive in the poisonous contractions of their minds, twisted beyond repair, Yi, home was left into ruin. As the heart of frustration, monkey of his holy novel bearing interrupt his training. Standing as a straight of tall as a man, the monkey watches the mimic of Yi's movement. Yi showed his monkey away, but the aged creature took great amusement of turning Yi's own technique against him. The gradually yielded his anger subsides as paired with the playful animal, and when the burden of his worried had fully lifted, he found he had a coat of monkey on his tail. He then understood that the word of never master Wushu so long, and let go to the monkey. He also released the desire to shed his enemy blood. Yet thankful to the monkey for showing him what he been blind to, and he was surprised when the creatures actually replied. He wishes to learn Yi and fighting. It was the old request, but Yi saw his path to way of the honor, memory of these people to pass the techniques of new generations.